let's take a look at a couple chopping patterns that we can practice to develop this 16th note chopping pattern and incorporate it with our 8th note chops that we had done earlier. So to start, here's a little loop to get us going. I'll start at half tempo, and then I'll speed it up to be full tempo to show what it could be like. I would of course encourage you to practice all the intermediate steps along the way, but hopefully this will give you just a taste. So for pattern number 1, let's do 4 arco notes and then 4 chops. 1, 2, ready, go. And at full tempo, it'll sound like this. Cool. Alright, let's do another pattern, and one that's going to require us to switch more quickly between arco and the chop. Now for this, we're actually only going to do 2 arco and then 2 chops. And because we want the chops to be accented, we're going to make sure we're on that lower lane every time. Ready? Go. Make sure you mute those strings. Cool. Let's take a look at a third pattern, and one that's going to get a little bit more spicy. Now, with our 16th note chops, of course, we don't have to do them in pairs all the time. Sometimes we want to actually be in the 16th note subdivision without using all 16th notes as chops. Here's a pattern that incorporates that, and it's going to require that we actually use our arco on syncopated beats. Take a look at what I mean. Full tempo. Now we're starting to get cool. Alright, and lastly, let's take a look at a pattern that's going to incorporate both 16th note and 8th note chopping. Give a listen. So the possibilities are just about endless. Of course, you can create your own patterns, and you should. You should experiment with all the different kinds of combinations that we can get with our 8th notes, with our 16th notes. Again, if you were to write these out all as notes, as arco notes, you can basically replace any down and up pattern in the arco with a down or an up chop. Typically, they're going to be in pairs. Typically, you'll want the chops to start on a down so that you can either have an up or maybe go straight to another arco. One more tip that might be helpful with these 16th note chop patterns, something that I find helpful for myself, on the down chops, or on that lower lane, I think of my hand as swinging forward just a little bit. Or another way to say it is I think of the tip as pointing up just a touch. Kind of almost like my hand is making a little bit of a J motion. And then for this upper lane, I think of the tip as pointing a little bit down. This just helps with that cyclical motion that keeps my arm more relaxed as I'm chopping quickly, so that it really feels like I'm moving between 2 different points. Alright, hope this was helpful and inspiring. Get chopping! Thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, I would encourage you to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Let me know in the comments below what questions you have, and what sorts of topics you would be interested in seeing me cover next. If you want to take lessons with me, make recordings with me, or just nerd out over some cool new tech, you can always send me an email listed on my channel page. And if you want to see some of these ideas in action, I would encourage you to check out my duo, ARKAI. Until next time, keep on learning.